She was our age, and it's just scary because that could have been any one of us. And she was an angel, and I know that now she's with God.
Jaguar Wright explained how Rihanna was sold to Jay-Z at 16 years old. She explained how it was super sketchy that Rihanna got brought to America at only 16 years old without any parental supervision, and how she auditioned for Jay-Z at 3 o'clock in the morning. She explained how it didn't make sense that Rihanna's parents would let her fly by herself after just meeting Evan Roberts all the way to America to meet with Jay-Z in the middle of the night. And she alleged that Rihanna's dad got a $500,000 payout for letting this happen. She alleged since this was all out of the blue, Rihanna would have had to flown on a private plane to get from Barbados to America because she wouldn't have had a visa and her parents were not around with her to fly to America. And Rihanna even explained how Jay-Z would not let her leave until she signed the recording contract, and the label locked her in the office until 3 a.m.
Tell me about your audition with Jay-Z. Tell me what he said to you.
A really good audition.
And what did he say to you? He said something to you. Look on you, Miss Lady.
He said, there are two ways to leave here, either through the door with the deal sign or through this window, and we're on the 29th floor.
Big changes since you've been signed at Def Jam. Can you tell me what are the biggest changes you've gone through from St. Michael's, Barbados until now you being a superstar?
Well, one of them for sure is being away from my friends and family. After growing up around my mom and all my friends for 17 years and then moving to a big city with no one.
Jay-Z worked so hard to change the narrative of that night. Rihanna was only 14, 15 when he started with her and signed to the Def Jam. It's clear to say that the herpes that she had came from the person she had been most involved with, and that was Sean Carter.
The internet has a way of digging up old secrets, but every once in a while a story comes along that makes people stop scrolling and say, wait, what? Because lately, the blogs have been buzzing about something that sounds straight out of a Hollywood drama. Word on the street is that someone who used to work very closely with Beyonce may finally be speaking out. And not just anyone. We're talking about an alleged former nanny who supposedly witnessed things inside the Carter household that the public was never meant to see. Now, nobody expected a nanny to step into the spotlight, but according to the rumors swirling online, this woman is ready to spill what she claims she saw behind closed doors, and the story centers around a long whispered rumor involving Jay-Z and Rihanna. Yes, that rumor. For years, people have debated whether there was ever something more between the hip-hop mogul and the global superstar he helped introduce to the world. Most fans dismissed the whispers as gossip. Others believed there was more going on beneath the surface. But here's the twist. This alleged nanny is now claiming that what the public heard was only a small piece of the story.
Your audition with Jay-Z. Tell me what he said to you.
A really good audition. Yes. But before I met him, I was so nervous. I was shaking literally. But the moment I walked into the office, the atmosphere was so warm and welcoming.
You had to sing a cappella for him?
Yes, I had to sing. I sang Fun to Replay. I sang another ballad from the album last time.
Yeah. So then what did he say to you? He said something to you.
Oh yes, he said, we don't sing songs here, we sing artists. And there was this little pause, and I was nervous. But then he said, and we're interested. And there was this sudden feel of relief.
But then he said something about a window and a door.
Oh, then he said, he said it one more.
I did a lot of homework on you this lady.
He said, there are two ways to leave here, either through the door with the deal sign or through this window, and we're on the 29th floor.
So you was like, where's the pen? Paper, I'm signing.
Yeah.
And I'm sure working with Jay-Z, you've met Beyonce.
That's right.
How was it like meeting her?
I could not speak.
Really?
Really. That's someone I really looked up to for a long time. And it was after one of my showcases, and he was introducing me to everyone from the label. Then he finally said, okay, one more person. And there she was. And I could not speak.
And she gave you some advice.
Yes, she did. She just told me to, when I get on stage, let loose, have fun, and be in control.
Yeah, and don't be afraid to let it go.
No.
Because she'd be like, what? You know how she does it.
Maybe I don't even know why the audience laughed after that.
And if what she's hinting at is true, the timeline of one of music's most powerful relationships might look very different than we thought. Because according to the rumors, the drama didn't just affect careers, it may have shaken a marriage. To understand why this story is causing so much noise online, you have to go back to the early 2000s, before the headlines, before the billion-dollar empire, before the carefully crafted image of the Carter family. Back then, Jay-Z was already one of the biggest names in hip-hop. Not only was he dominating the charts, but he was also stepping into a powerful position behind the scenes at Def Jam Recordings. This meant he wasn't just making music anymore, he was shaping the future of the industry.
Around that same time, a young singer from Barbados was trying to break into the business. Her name was Rihanna, and she had a voice that immediately caught the attention of producers. The story that fans know is simple.
Jay-Z gave her the herpes that she gave to Chris Brown. Now, Rihanna was only 14, 15 when he started with her and signed to the Def Jam. It's clear to say that the herpes that she had came from the person she had been most sexually involved with, and that was Sean Carter. So here it is. Chris Brown has his first herpes outbreak from his celebrity girlfriend who he was set up with, and it was supposed to be this and it was supposed to be that, and he was there so people wouldn't pay attention to the fact that she was Jay-Z.
Years about Rihanna because people found it super weird. Right before Jay-Z signed Rihanna, he was working heavily with a 16-year-old Tierra Marie who signed to Def Jam by L.A. Reid. And after a while, there was rumors circulating all over that Tierra Marie and Rihanna actually had a fallout because Rihanna's career skyrocketed and Tierra Marie got let go from Def Jam. And allegedly, Tierra Marie is the Jane Doe that is suing Diddy and L.A. Reid for SA when she was just 16 years old. And I mean, it is pretty weird because Jay-Z just started talking to Beyonce as soon as she turned 18 years old. And not long after Rihanna signed to Jay-Z, there was rumors swirling all over the media that Jay-Z was cheating on Beyonce with Rihanna. And a lot of people still to this day never understood why Rihanna and Beyonce are not close, and we've never got a collaboration with the two of them, even though Rihanna was claimed one of Jay-Z's biggest stars. Jaguar Wright then went on to allege how Rihanna's last album, Anti, was basically a cry for help. She talked about how creepy it was that Rihanna did the album cover of a child with a crown over her eyes. And it says that the Anti-album is about a person opposed to a particular policy, activity, or an idea.
Rihanna recorded some demos, flew to New York for an audition, and impressed the executives at Def Jam. Soon after, she signed a record deal and released her breakout hit, Pon de Replay. Overnight, she became the new face of pop and R&B. Meanwhile, Beyonce was already a superstar in her own right. After dominating the charts with Destiny's Child, she had successfully launched her solo career and was building a reputation as one of the hardest-working performers in music. Eventually, Beyonce and Jay-Z became one of the most famous couples in the world. Their relationship looked powerful, polished, and almost untouchable. But behind the scenes, fans have always wondered how complicated things might have been during those early years. Because the music industry moves fast, and sometimes relationships inside it can get messy.
You're a big fan of Beyonce.
I love her.
And so has she given you any kind of advice or?
Yeah, she actually wrote me this cute little letter and she signed it with her autograph. It was so cute. When I first met her, and she wrote, she was telling me, just let loose when you perform and just have fun.
You could have any baddie in the show, no matter the price, and if they would say yes. Who would you want to put in your panties? I asked it.
That's a trick question.
No, who you want to put in them panties?
I would Beyonce.
Don't you know somebody at Rock Nation?
I mean, Beyonce got body.
She got body.
And yeah, that would just trump everything for me.
And that's exactly where the rumors begin.
According to long-running gossip within entertainment blogs, whispers about a possible connection between Jay-Z and Rihanna started circulating not long after Rihanna signed with Def Jam. At first, people brushed it off. After all, powerful executives often mentor young artists. Collaboration is normal in the music world. But then small stories began appearing in tabloids and forums. Some insiders claimed Rihanna was receiving special attention within the label. Others suggested that her rapid rise came with complicated dynamics behind the scenes. None of those rumors were ever proven. In fact, many of them were denied or dismissed by people close to the situation. Still, once a story enters the internet, it rarely disappears completely.
Was I shocked when Jay said the line in Picasso Baby? Yes, because we've talked about that. We have a history that supersedes music, and we know how this business works. We sit back and we laugh at those rumors. We laugh at that. I think he began to feel the pressure because people were saying my age, the age thing. She was 15, 14. She was 15, 14. And after a while, that gets to a person. The Jay I know, the Sean I know, never comes out of character. So.
Yeah, I remember Fox Brown and Jay. Ain't no woman like the one I got. No one could love you better.
Years later, when Beyonce released her album Lemonade, fans began analyzing every lyric for clues about betrayal and infidelity. The mysterious line about Becky with the good hair sent social media into detective mode. Suddenly, everyone wanted to know who the song might be about. Several names were thrown into the conversation: models, celebrities, and people connected to the industry. And then another moment from the past resurfaced. Back in 2014, the world watched in shock when security footage showed Solange Knowles confronting Jay-Z inside an elevator after an event. The video went viral overnight. No one ever gave a detailed explanation for what happened, but the public couldn't stop speculating. Some believed the argument had something to do with family tension. Others thought it might have been about rumors that had been quietly circulating for years. Now, according to new whispers online, the alleged former nanny claims she witnessed the emotional fallout of those years from inside the Carter household. And that's what has people talking again. The supposed insider hasn't released a full interview yet, but blogs claim she's hinted that there were moments when the pressure of fame and rumors weighed heavily on the family. Late nights, difficult conversations, tension that cameras never captured. Of course, none of these claims have been verified, and it's important to remember that celebrity gossip often grows larger than reality. Still, the idea that someone from inside the household might speak publicly has fans on edge. Because when someone who worked behind closed doors decides to talk, people start listening. Whether the rumors are true or not, one thing is undeniable. Stories like this show how complicated fame can be. For someone like Beyonce, the world sees strength, glamour, and control. She's built a career that inspires millions.
Carter is responsible for enacting Hype Williams to put Aaliyah on a faulty plane, to move her out the way as punishment for rejecting him, and so he could level up Beyonce, who was struggling. She didn't choose to get on that plane. She was unconscious. She didn't choose to get on that plane. Why would you need to sign a non-disclosure agreement about a plane crash and what happened leading up to it?
But even the strongest public figures are still human behind the spotlight. Relationships in the entertainment industry face constant pressure, long tours, endless headlines, and a public that analyzes every move. Imagine trying to protect a marriage while millions of strangers are debating your personal life online. Imagine raising children while rumors about your past keep resurfacing. That kind of scrutiny would test almost anyone. And maybe that's why Beyoncé has always chosen a different approach. Instead of responding to every rumor, she lets the music speak. Through songs, performances, and carefully crafted albums, she's told pieces of her story on her own terms. Not through gossip, not through headlines, but through art. So now the question everyone is asking is simple. Will this alleged former nanny actually speak out? And if she does, will her story confirm anything people think they already know? Or will it reveal that the internet built an entire narrative around misunderstandings? Right now, nobody truly knows. What we do know is that the Carter family has survived years of rumors, scandals, and constant public attention, and somehow they've remained one of the most powerful couples in music history. Sometimes silence speaks louder than explanations.
But if this mysterious insider really does come forward with a full story, the conversation around Jay-Z, Beyonce, and Rihanna could explode all over again. And you already know how the internet works. Once the tea starts spilling, everybody wants a cup. So the real question is this: if the truth finally comes out, will it change how people see one of the most iconic power couples in entertainment? Or will it just prove that some rumors refuse to die no matter how many years pass? Either way, something tells me this story isn't finished yet.